Call the meeting to order. We will call the continuations first. I don't expect either of them to be here, but I'm going to call them as a matter of record. Continuation ARB 16-25 Kempter, 94 Main Street, awning, key. Continuation ARB 1646, 29 South Buckout, railings, rush. Okay. Get to new matters. 16-53 Kaufman, 28 North Ecker, fence.
Yep. Am I supposed to do something?
Sure. Come on up.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. I would have come more prepared. Should I bring you my pieces of paper?
Well, we have them.
Yeah. So I actually didn't bring
What
everything.
you need to do, just to let everybody know, it's being recorded. So you need to speak into the microphone and tell us who you are,
Okay.
and then you can move along.
Okay. I'm Kathy Kaufman, and I live at 28 North Ecker Street. I'm also the owner in Irvington off of Main Street. And we are asking for approval for a fence along the perimeter of half of the backyard. And we had previously come to you asking for approval for a retaining wall, and then decided that we should, because the retaining wall is relatively low, it's 36 inches high, and I have the, you want to take a look at the plans and the engineer about that. So we are asking for approval for a stockade fence to go on top of the wall that would reach the same height as the stockade fence that's on the other half of our backyard. So it's very difficult to actually produce any pictures because it's all behind a garage. Almost the entirety of the wall and fence would be behind.
So is the
garage.
gazebo in the picture,
It's on the,
in
it's
the background?
on,
Is that on someone else's property?
Yes, it's on Ferris Street.
Okay. My one question, I have one question. You're asking for a 2.5 foot high fence on top of the,
Well, we have a 36-inch wall, and I believe that the fence, the stockade fence that's adjacent is 5.5 feet. So in theory, we need a 2.5 foot high fence to maintain a single height all the way across.
okay, my question, the reason I asked that is the literature that you forwarded calls for a 3.5 foot high.
Right. I think that was the only one I could find online, but I think we're actually going to probably just have the panels constructed unless it's much more expensive, and then we'll just cut these down.
All right. The fence that you're looking to, the fence that's on the balance of the property that you're looking to
Match.
duplicate, match the height of, is that your fence or is it someone else's?
It's our fence,
It is.
yeah.
And it's also, it's a stockade fence?
It's a stockade fence, although to be quite honest, I cannot see it at all. It's entirely enveloped with ivy.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's pressure treated pine or cedar.
Okay, so
And your property, the bulb wires are actually next to the garage.
This is actually the Greedix, the one we're matching. There are two.
Oh, well.
We have sort of a, I guess what you call a double lot, and so behind us there are two properties. One belongs on Ferris Street, one belongs to the Greedix, and one to Will Stone, who's
whose gazebo that is?
whose gazebo that is. And on the Greedix property, there is a stockade fence that's, all you can see is a little bit of green and ivy, but it's covered with ivy completely. And then on the Ripstone side, which is the northern property, there was a retaining wall, like an ancient retaining wall, that's almost entirely behind our garage that sort of tumbled down when we were conveniently out of town. So we're just, we're basically repairing it, but in effect we have to rebuild it. And
And
If
then
we
at that point-
rebuild it, then there will be a 36-inch drop-off on the stone side, on the terrace side. And although I believe that's to code, we weren't really comfortable with not having a fence on top, because we don't want somebody to just step off. So,
Anybody else have any questions?
I think it's probably pretty consistent with a lot of the houses for the same exact reason, you know, the way the hill slopes up.
I just wanted to wrap my head around the fact that it's not gonna, change anything significantly from the gazebo, or what everybody's gonna be looking into, I guess, at this point. So that fencing that's in the middle picture, that's there now? Or
that
is that-
lattice, that's
yeah.
actually a lattice that is a couple feet, it's a foot, about a foot and a half from the property line, and it actually is attached to our arbor, which doesn't go to the property line. So it's just really masking it, basically. And-
But that is the wall that you're gonna be sitting on top of?
Yes, that is the wall, but it'll be 2 feet back from the front of the wall. So it won't be one solid vertical structure.
Anybody else?
I did try to take a picture of it from the Fair Street side, but you actually can't see it at all because it's.
I tried, maybe.
Did you?
I just to get an idea of what it looks like, that area, and it's very hard.
I couldn't even see
The
the.
vegetation, I'm sure in the wintertime it's different, but certainly in the summertime, you're not seeing anything back there. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the application?
So motioned.
Do we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
I
you very
would
much.
call the building inspector tomorrow, or we'll see the permit in a few days if you're in a rush to get it going. But either way, you would speak to Ed.
Okay,
It's-
I still need to get the contractor.
That's fine, because he's between a rock and a hard place with this, what is it, the revaluation. He's got to write certificates of occupancy for how many hundred locations? A lot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I barely got a hold of him today, so, but he's busy, but it should be of no concern to you. I mean, if you need your permit right away, by all means, give him a call.
Well, as soon as, I will let him know that we're gonna need it. I think, I don't need it today.
Okay.
So, thank you very much, I
Very good.
appreciate it. Have a good one. So long.
Okay. Next item is ARB 1654, 37 Jaffrey Court, windows.
Douglas McClure, the architect for the Lobels at 37 Jaffrey Court. We are doing some interior renovations to the house, and as a result, we are changing some windows to give them a little more light and a little better access to the outside. On the, I guess I'll walk through it elevation by elevation. On the south elevation, we've added, there's an existing door here that we're taking out and adding a sort of wide 3-panel French door with the center panel operating. There's some small windows in the existing dining room that we're widening and dropping down the sill. As you move around to the back of the house, there's an existing 2-panel French door. We're just going to open that up to make it a little more of a connection from the dining room to the exterior. Coming around to the west side, there's this very strange small room, I'll show you in the plan, that has no windows on this side, so we're adding 2 windows in there because there's a beautiful view out over the ravine at that point. And then at the front, we're dropping the sill on this kitchen window and changing it to a casement, and then bringing in a new entry door that'll be solid with 2 side lights that take up the whole entry. And that's the extent of the work we're proposing. There'll be Anderson windows. They'll be white to match the other Anderson windows. It's really challenging.
Okay. Any addition of lights?
Yes, sorry. There's an existing light here which I left off, I'm sorry. We have to have lights on either, at least one light at this door. There's an existing sconce right now at the door. We're going to bring it over to this side and match it on the other side. It's a restoration hardware light, so we can match that very easily. And then there's 2 lights here now that we're just going to push wider out, so they're the same lights. They're just moving to either side.
For me, as long as it's keeping the old and matching it.
Yes, it's the same light on all 3 elevations.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the application?
So motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Plan that.
Oh, sure. Okay, moving along, ARV 16-55, 6 Riverview Terrace, windows.
My name is Mitch Koch, I'm the architect. I just want to clarify, this is actually an unwindow, because there's an existing window, and we're taking it out and putting in a door. So, that's it. The door is to match the, it's a 3/4 glazed door, it's a 12 light to match the front door, which is fairly visible behind a storm door. The casing will match, will align, and there's an existing light that we're going to use.
That's on the garage.
Yeah, they actually flank the garage, and it's perfectly well located. Actually, I think the elevation's improved with the door.
It certainly didn't hurt it, for sure. Any questions? Outside of that, any questions? No? Questions? We have a motion to approve.
So motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Thank you. Want me to grab the plans? Okay. Also in the new matters, ARB 16-56, 7 Strawberry Lane, windows.
John Malone, Ferguson Malone Architecture, representing Walter Montgomery and Marion Gruber. This project is for some modifications to the existing house on Strawberry Lane. The house is a 90s temporary, I guess I would call it. Sorry.
Peanut gallery.
Silence.
Silence in the court.
We're making some interior modifications, renovating the kitchen and the family room, and the master suite is where it's focused. So the changes to the windows are related to, on the second level, a larger window for a master bath and a recentering of a skylight. And then where the kitchen renovation is, the plan is to open up the rear wall. The kitchen is a more modern kitchen. What am I saying? The cabinet portion of it is focused towards the back of the room, and that gives us the opportunity to open the southern-facing side of the kitchen. So that's what's driving it. The fenestration on the house is haphazard in general, so we think that the modifications that we're proposing don't really change it, and they're facing the rear. There is one change that we're showing on the front, which is an attempt to add light to an existing master bedroom where we've added these two skylights. Skylights already on the roof. We tend not to use them, but in this case, I don't think there's really any harm.
Go back to the left. It seemed a bit odd that the series of doors end after the deck.
It is odd. They're designed to meet that rail. These doors are fixed, and the only operable one is here. I think in the future the deck has a strange shape, and in the future I think they might modify it. So when we do that modification, we would probably enclose that at some point in the future. Yeah, the deck has a.
Right, that was my question too.
Yeah, the deck has a funny configuration, and it's towards the end of its life. But I think this was a.
So you think when they?
Yeah, this was the first phase. They're living in the house, or they're trying to just get what they need done so they can live in it. But it may be.
So my architectural question is there a symbol for inoperable doors? No.
It doesn't
It should
have
say
anything
fixed.
on it.
Like on drawings, you say fixed. You
Right,
say fixed.
yes.
You say fixed. So yeah, we probably should indicate that.
For the protection of
Yes.
all of us.
The
Yeah.
big step doors.
Also,
Yeah.
you have a designation here, but the left we couldn't figure it out until I realized. It was marked.
What is that? It's mismarked as 2 sevens. Yeah. Yeah, that should be 6, obviously, and then the lattice below. Sorry.
Okay, so the door's fixed and the lattice is mismarked. Is that it?
Any questions?
I have no other questions.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So motion?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I will give the continuation of one more call, even though I know there's no one here. For the benefit of,
John?
Oh,
thank you.
Can you get one more?
Okay, thank you. Okay. One more go around on 1624 94 Main Street, awning, Kempter. No one in the house. Once again, 1646 29 South Buckeye Street, railings. No one. Okay, the only thing I have, as
But
I
it might-
said in my email, the 15th is going to be the next time the public hearing is going to be open for our changes. If you can make it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to make it. So,
Well, if you have any comments or issues, just
yeah, I
email
think
them to me.
I'll email you. I did have some
Did you
thoughts.
see the,
Yes, you what you saying?
yeah.
What time is it?
Well, it's 7
I think
it's
the
7 o'clock
trustees know
meeting,
what
but
our
it won't be-
intent is. I don't think there's a question.
No, yeah, I mean, And I think Mary Ann pretty much covered all of it in the changes. Actually, there were other changes. Getting back from vacation on that day, she's going to try. She's not too jet lagged to get here, so I don't want to be left out to the wolves by myself.
I can make it next week. What about the 18th, that planning board sidewalk at
Yeah.
Gennardo's property?
We weren't invited, I don't think, were we?
Well, you can go, but
Oh, I just wondered if we,
I think we should come.
yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it.
That's
So I
at
put it
4
on my
It's at
calendar.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know.
If we can.
Yeah, I'm around.
What is do you know the purpose of the site walk this time? They're gonna mark it out?
There's actually several reasons.
they're marking out mainly up top. They're marking out. There's some activity that has to occur in the Broadway buffer, including a if I remember correctly, sedimentation pond, and then the route of the overflow from the Cultex is going down,
Yeah, through the other
Well,
place.
towards Broadway, then down,
then down to
instead of
the
straight
brook,
down.
as opposed to over the hill. So the planning board is very concerned about the amount of damage because it's like,
Yeah.
a 200-foot or more run right through the Broadway buffer. And, that's kind of, we're talking about air spading it. That sounds good. Very slow work, that sounds great. And the other thing they're gonna mark off is, there was some other issue up top, I forget, they may be marking all the trees in the top level that are going to be removed. But I think the only ones, besides a couple right by the main house in the front, there's a few south side that they're,
Between 30 and 40, between the two
right
properties.
at that.
People want to know what they're going to see as they look up the hill.
And they're afraid that but they're basically saying there's really not a whole lot of trees being removed except for some trees that are already pretty much in poor condition. There were a lot, when we saw the tree survey, condition survey from Continuum, there were a lot of trees in below fair condition, let's put it that way, in that whole time.
Can I mention something that nobody seems to have addressed yet? If you look at the roadways, it goes in, around, and out. There's no way to go back. In case you missed your house, or you missed your friend's house, and you're now past it,
It's not a loop?
no. It goes up and it goes out. There's no way to continue, to go back. At least it doesn't, on the
I didn't
drawings that I saw.
register with Ray, so.
Somebody needs to look at it.
It's
They made
also
it
very, that roadway,
Yeah.
they're proposing it's a
Well,
very
because it's
narrow
one way, you can probably get away with its narrowness, but.
It's being tested, it's being looked at from the engineering point of view to allow fire
And,
trucks.
yeah, the fire truck,
With the parking on it, it's gonna be tight, but the other thing that they're gonna be supposedly marking out is the trees that have to be removed to do a sidewalk along Station Road on the north side of Station Road.
Those are pine or whatever they are. It's not that strained?
No, the couple sycamores, weren't there?
Yeah, there's some other
Oh,
trees
really?
that probably would have been beautiful if they'd been taken care of.
No, there's
Really.
nothing, not on the south side, there's sycamores on the south
Oh,
side.
right, on the north side.
Yeah.
On the north side, it's
Where the
a
sidewalk
lot
is.
of Norway maple and some pretty scraggly stuff. I don't think they're gonna be hitting very many major trees along that.
On the
road.
side of the park?
No, the other
No,
side.
the other
Oh,
side
the
of the
other
street,
side.
yeah, because they're trying to make a walkway from, through the-
Driveway to the tunnel.
Yep. Yeah. And like you said, I think they said there was probably one that has to move in order to get the whole sidewalk in, but I don't know.
Move?
Well, remove.
Remove. I mean, there was one that was just planted. It's gonna
Yeah.
have to be yanked.
Moved.
Removed, yeah.
Well, so what are you thinking about whether we should be there or not? I just thought to be in the loop. I don't know, what do you think? It'll be work.
You need to work.
It seems like this might take, it's gonna be more
You know what, I
important to
won't
make
be
sure
able to
you get a review of the architecture,
Yeah.
to get a review of the elevation
I'll be on
drawings. materials.
All right, well, I don't know. I guess Deb will be back if she wants to go. She was interested in it, so. let's see.
Okay, motion to adjourn?
So motion.
Second, all in favor? Thank you.